record to the cloud.
Okay, it says it's recording.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, great. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm Shiloh Ferreira. I'm with Grand Canyon and Lawyers Title. We have a nice intimate group today, but we'll have the recording for those who are joining us later. So a couple things to let you know about. As I mentioned, I'm with Grand Canyon and Lawyers Title. That's one company, two brands. We're a fidelity company. And that just means that we have a nice, great big, huge company that does our own underwriting, and your clients and you will have a really great experience with our amazing escrow officers. So we're here to support you in your goals. A little bit about me. I used to be a lender for 13 years. I'm not your typical marketing rep. So what that means is I know exactly what it feels like to, stay up at night losing sleep trying to figure out how to get that deal to not fall apart, or how am I going to get my next deal next month. I know I've read a lot of contracts over the years.
You know what, Shiloh, let me interrupt you for just a sec. I think somehow they didn't get the passcode. I'm starting to get a bunch of emails. So if you wait 1 second,
Sure.
I'm going to try and figure this out. Or you can keep talking and they'll just catch in. But I just wanted to tell you, I think more people are trying to get on.
Should I just start back over?
Maybe, but I've got to find this passcode. I thought it was in there. And
it was in the calendar invite.
okay.
Hey, Lisa, it didn't work for me either, but I just did the camera QRG code, then I got right in.
Okay, well, I've got other people asking too, so I'm trying to find it because they might not. Yeah, there's a passcode to it.
In the chat. I can't speak to whether or not it works, but that's what you issued.
Okay. I don't know why it didn't, but let me just send it to them.
Lori just joined us. Hi, Lori.
Oh, Lori figured it out. Okay, good. That she was one that I was just sending it to. Let me. I'm going to just resend it to the office in case. Trying to find my original email. I don't know where it is.
Lori, did you get in with the password or the QR code?
So I got in from my phone. I was just typing Lisa a note here, but it didn't require a passcode on my phone, but on my computer, the passcode wasn't working.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I know. Sorry.
I'm glad you got on. Okay, Shiloh, go ahead and start. I think I haven't had anyone else ask. Sorry about that.
That's okay. For those listening on the recording from home, I'll just go ahead and repeat this. You can fast forward a little bit. But I'm Shiloh Ferreira. I'm with Grand Canyon and Lawyers Title. That's one company, two brands. We're a fidelity company. And a little bit about me. I am not your typical marketing rep. I'm a sales executive. I was a lender for 13 years. And that means I've read a lot of contracts. I understand real estate, and I know how it feels to be on your side of the desk, trying to figure out where your next deal is coming from. And so, I mean, I can help you with your flyers and your apps. I mean, we've all got flyers, we've all got apps. We all want to take you out to coffee, right? But I have a very deep experience in business development and helping you figure out, where the inefficiencies are, and help you with the bottom line and getting actual new business. So here to talk to you today about one of the things that's really working for your colleagues. I take about 45 meetings a month with realtors. I know what's working. I know what, your colleagues are doing. And I kind of came up with this idea. So here at Grand Canyon and Lawyers Title, we have this really amazing technology. It's called Lawyers Live Farm, and we're actually going to do a deep dive on that in August. So I'm looking forward to that. But what it is it's a list of title contacts. So basically, you take a community of that you're looking at, and instead of trying to market to all of them, or keep track of all of them, we just target it down to the very targeted ones. So those might be folks who are indicating buy-sell triggers based on their online activity. So what I mean by that, perhaps they are maybe shopping on Zillow, looking at properties. Perhaps they are Googling realtors, Googling lenders. Perhaps they're on Amazon, buying moving tape and packing boxes. Maybe they're looking at properties on Zillow, right? These are all buy-sell triggers that you want to know about. And so what we do is we find this really smart list, and I'm going to teach you about that in August. But what do you do with this list? What do you do with this targeted group? Well, I took this idea. I got this idea. I'm going to take this really smart targeted list for which we're having a 56% success rate. 56% of the people on that list will buy or sell in the next 12 to 24 months. So I take that list and I combine it with a really great postcard that Terry's going to tell you about here. I'm going to introduce her in just a second. And basically what's happening is this really, really smart postcard between the really targeted list, the really, really smart postcard that Terry's about to tell you about, and your quick response when they reach out, we're having a really great success rate. So what Terry's going to tell you about right now, I have one client that's been doing this since November, and he's had 16 leads last time I checked, which is great. Usually you expect, you know, a lead after you've been doing it for 6 to 7 months. This is a really good response rate. I have one client who signed up on Friday a couple weeks ago. Didn't sign up. Her first postcard dropped on a Friday, and by Saturday afternoon, she calls me at home on my cell phone. Shiloh, oh my gosh. I'm like, what's wrong? What happened? She goes, I've already got 3 leads. 3 leads from Friday to Saturday. So this is really, really working for folks, and I'm excited to bring it to you. So with that, I'm going to introduce you to Terry Oliva with Core Fact Elite, who's going to kind of show you what we're talking about here. Okay.
All righty. Thank you, Shiloh.
My pleasure.
Welcome, everyone. And thanks for allowing me to kind of chime in here on your meeting. So what Shiloh was just discussing is Core Facts Elite Automated Farming Campaign. So what it is you choose your 12 cards initially. We'll create them for you, and we're going to send them out automatically every month. As we all know, in order to effectively farm, you have to consistently farm. Of course, agents know this, but we also know that they just don't have the time to do it, so it generally doesn't get done. So that's why we created it. It's set it, forget it, take it off your plate completely. We make sure that it gets done like clockwork. The other part of it is we want to try to build your brand recognition. So we're going to custom brand these cards. We take all of your branding elements like your headshot, logo, color palette, tagline, slogan, all of that, and brand it on the front and back of those 12 cards in a way that's going to get you and your brand to really stand out, be noticed, be remembered. So the idea is that they will be seeing you and your brand consistently. You're staying in front of them, top of mind. That's how that brand visibility can ultimately become brand recognition. And you can become the best known agent and dominate that farm. And then the other part of this is when you do traditional farming, you send out postcards, and then you basically have to hope that somebody will eventually pick up the phone and call you, which of course is very frustrating. So instead of that, we have a lead capture component. We use QR codes. And so every time we capture a lead, we send it off to you so that you can reach out and initiate contact with that potential seller who, you know, otherwise may have never ever come in contact with you. So what I generally like to do is start off by showing you how that lead capture works. Then I'll show you a couple of elite campaigns so you can see what a finished product looks like with the branding, call to actions, etc. Then we'll go over specific pricing. And then at the end, we'll talk about some other perks you get from Elite. When you do this Elite program, you're an Elite member, you'll get some other free and discounted products and services from CoreFact. And as I go through these 4 sections, I'll stop in between each section so that anybody on the call can ask any questions. I can further elaborate if necessary. And then we'll stop and do that for each section. And so what I generally like to do is start off here by scrolling down and showing you this card. Now, this is a mock-up card. It is not at
Right.
all what your card is going. Yes.
Terry, we're not seeing your screen.
That's because it's not my meeting. Let me see. I'm not sure how to do it when it's done this way. And then you made me the host. I thought you'd be able to see my screen.
You have to go find the button. I think it's under more to share screen.
I
Hold
think
on
you
a
should
second.
see a big green share button at the bottom.
Oh yeah, there it
No,
is.
it's not. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get out and go back in because now when I was clicking on those buttons, I can no longer see Zoom. Hold on a second here. Let me go back in.
It's worth it, guys. Just hang in there.
Okay. Okay, so there's when I'm looking at it, it's got start video security apps whiteboard more.
Do you have
and
a
or
big
it says-
green share screen button at the bottom? There should be like a
Mm.
bunch of buttons at the bottom.
There we go. I had to broaden it. There we go.
Awesome.
Okay, can you see it?
Not yet.
Okay, hold on. Looks like it's trying to share.
Now I see it.
Okay, yay. This is I've never done it with a three-way thing that we've got going here. So thank you. All righty. So what I'm showing you right now is a mock-up card. It's not at all what your card's going to look like. It's strictly to show you that map. The map is an integral part of how we do the lead capture with QR codes. So let's say that we're sending a card out to John Smith, who's in your farm. That little green house right there is actually his home. The map behind it is literally the map of his neighborhood. And the sold signs, of course, would also be the comps in his neighborhood. And as I mentioned, I think I did, this is not what your card's going to look like. And then below, we'll go to number 2 here where it says personalized with homeowner's name. So up at the top, it's going to say John Smith or whomever that homeowner is. So it's always personalized. Number 3 says compiling call to action. You'll be able to choose all of the call to actions for all 12 of your cards. When we get to the next section where I show you some elite campaigns that we've done for other agents, I'll also show you what that looks like and what the elite library looks like and where you choose them from. But for now, just know that the basic idea is going to be along the lines of what you see here, which says, has your home value gone up? Find out now. So if John Smith here wants to find out the value of his home, he'll scan the QR code that's on the card he would have received from the agent in the mail. That QR code is directly linked to John's address. So when he scans it, he will then be sent to each agent's customized, personalized landing page that CoreFact will create for you. So up at the top, we'll put your photo, your name, your real estate license, your phone number, your website address, any social media links that you have. Your brokerage logo will go here. And since we're creating this campaign and this landing page specifically for you, John will be able to email you directly by clicking on that email tab up at the top. Whatever email that he creates will go directly into your email address that you've specified. And then down below here on the green bar, the first 2 tabs say agent assessment, on-site assessment. So when he clicks on one of these, it means he wants you to call him to discuss or come out to discuss what you think he could potentially sell his property for. The next one says get home value alerts. That's a great feature because when he clicks on that, he'll be automatically enrolled and then CoreFact will start sending him alert notifications on behalf of the agent each and every time there's an increase in the value of his home. That alert looks like it's coming directly from you, but we're going to generate it and send it out for you. You don't have to. And then download a report so that John can, whoops, I didn't mean to click on that, is so that John can print or save anything that he's viewing on this entire landing page. Then below you'll see there's a map. It's the same map that is on the card he would have received from you and that he'll see, that saw on the card, I should say. But now he's viewing it on a landing page. So it's a much larger view. He can see the exact location of his home and all of the comps that sold around him. Now, since the map is interactive, whenever he clicks on a sold button, he'll see the sold price and what it sold for, square footage, and lot size. So every time he clicks on one of these, that's what he's going to see is that same information for each one of those comps. So that's when he's on the sold homes tab down below here. When he goes to the next tab over that says active homes, it's going to pull up all the active listings in his neighborhood. When he clicks on that, it's going to show him a photo of that listing, the address, listing price, square footage, lot size, etc. So anytime he clicks on one of these, he's going to see that same information for each one of those local listings. Now, it's going to pull up your local MLS syndication, which is why he's going to be able to see all of the photos from that listing. He'll also see the property description, the property details, and the location as to where that listing is located on a map. So anytime he clicks on any one of these, that's what he'll be able to see for each one of those properties. So again, we've got the photos from the MLS, description, details, and map. So we have the sold tab for the comps, active for the listings, and then we have the sold and active will populate both at the same time. And then down below, we're providing John with his estimated home value range, which is based on the most recent comps in his specific neighborhood. So those are accurate figures. And as soon as he has, I should say, arrived on this landing page, we have captured his information. First thing we're going to do is send you a text message right away so you know to keep an eye out for that incoming lead. And then shortly thereafter, you're going to get the email with the full lead capture report so you can reach out and initiate contact with him. And then all of your leads will always be placed in the back end of your CoreFact account. You'll be able to access those anytime, 24/7. So, Shiloh, this is pretty much it for the lead capture portion. Do we want to hold questions to the end, or do we want to do questions by portion?
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, speak up now. And while if anybody's working with their mic, I'll just mention that right now, all the real estate coaches are talking about the map being a super important factor for marketing, because when people see a map of their home, they know it's about their market. You've got their attention. They recognize their streets, their parks, their home. And it's a real important attention grabber and sets itself apart from the other marketing pieces. Any questions before we move on? Okay, go ahead, Terry.
Okay, alrighty, thank you. So what I'm going to do is show you just a few campaigns that we've done for other agents so you can see a finished product, what it looks like, etc. And then we'll take a look at the Elite Library. But let's take a look at this card here. This card says ready to rearrange your life, and it'll have each homeowner's name, and it says there's a shift in the real estate market where homes are being listed, giving buyers more choices. If you're waiting to sell your home because you didn't think you'd find a suitable replacement, that is changing. What isn't changing is a slower pace of price appreciation. You must act now to take full advantage of your equity. So when this agent went to our Elite Library and chose this call to action among a total of 12 that she chose, we put each call to action on this square that you see here. We call that a billboard. So you will basically choose 12 billboards, a different one for each month. The rest of the card is where we do all of your custom branding. Now, in the case of this agent, for her, we put her contact info at the bottom. We've got her logo here, her color palette's the gray, black, and white, and of course, her headshot. You, as the agent, get to tell us what you want as the background. Now, if you want to provide your own background or your photos is of you in a background, that's fine. Otherwise, we can provide it for you. So in this case, this agent told us she wanted an interior shot of an upscale home. And because her color palette is gray, black, and white, and her logo is very contemporary, this is one of the options that we offered her. But you could say, I want a beautiful desert landscape. I want an exterior shot of a home. I want an aerial photograph of the city where I farm. You just let us know what you want, and we're always able to provide it. Now, as far as what changes on these cards from month to month, the branding remains the same on the front and it remains the same on the back. The only thing that changes on these cards is a different billboard every month. So let me show you an example of the back of her cards. So on the back, this is what all 12 of her cards look like. We've got the QR code, the map, the address portion. This portion was on the front, but this time she wanted to add a personal logo here. She used the same headshot front and back, but if you have two photos and want to use both, that's fine as well. We don't care if they're headshots, waist shots, full body shots, we make them work. And then on the back, she requested an aerial photograph of the beach that's near her farm. So that's what we provided her. So back and front are always going to look the same with the exception of the billboard. This is an introduction card for agents who've never farmed, or you're farming in a new area that you've never farmed, or maybe you sent out a just listed card or sold with your marketing cards in the last 12 months. Either way, you don't have brand recognition. So we recommend that the first card that we send out be telling them a little bit about you, who you are, what you do. You can tell us what you'd like it to say. We'll make it look and sound very nice if you wish to do that. If not, you choose whichever one you want. This one says, let me negotiate for you. My job as a listing agent to make sure that every buyer looking in your area and every agent covering your area knows about your home. Studies show the higher we've shown them, we're likely to receive better offers. I know the neighborhood like the back of my hand. I know what properties are currently on the market, how much to sign for, and what type of buyers are looking. Buyers ready. I've qualified buyers looking for homes in your city. Supply of available homes is low. If you're thinking about moving, now might be a great time to sell. Yes, there are still buyers. Higher mortgage rates are stopping some buyers from looking for homes, yet there are still buyers in this market. Buyers are now taking their time looking for the perfect home rather than buying quickly. If you're considering making a move, I hope you're making them perfect for the market so it does so quickly. And then some of our cards are going to have this sidebar that you see over here. It'll have the homeowner's name and their address there. And it says, keep this postcode to stay up to date on your property value. Scan the QR code to see your home value estimate. And I'm your neighborhood real estate resource. Whether buying or selling, the right agent matters. As an agent who specializes in this area, I'm familiar with the nearby homes, etc. And then at the bottom, it says, take advantage of my expertise. And has your home value changed? Stay up to date on the current market. Scan the QR code to see your estimate. You'll also be able to see which nearby properties sold in your area. And last one here, it says the market in a nutshell. Inventory is still low and home prices remain somewhat steady. Inventory is low in most places, which keeps home prices stable, yet there are still buyers purchasing home despite higher interest rates. Their focus is now shifted on finding the perfect home rather than buying quickly. If you're interested in harnessing your equity to move up, down, or out, I'm here to answer any questions you may have and guide you through every step of the way. And so that's just a few examples. I'm going to switch it up here for just a moment and show you a market update card. So this is a very, very beneficial part of this campaign because every 3 months we'll go into each neighborhood that you're farming. If you do have more than one, we'll pull up the comp specifically for each neighborhood so that they can see the recent sales activity in their neighborhood. We'll create these and send them out. So since we're going to do this every 3 months, essentially it means that 4 of your 12 cards will be market updates that we create and send out for you. This one, as you can see, is for the holidays. So these, we have holiday, seasonal, or basic. Show you a few of those. Here's a Valentine's market update, a 4th of July, Thanksgiving. This is a 4th of July with an aerial photograph we provided. Here's a summer, winter. We provided that aerial photograph. And then spring and fall. And then we have basic ones like this that say stay up to date. We'll put the area, city, or subdivision name, homeowner's name. So below our homes that recently sold in our area for a great price, we can help you navigate the real estate market and position your home to sell fast and for top dollar. And one last one here, it says market report for John Smith. These properties recently sold for great prices. The below list of homes recently sold in our area and can affect the current market value for your property, view your current home value by scanning the QR code. So basically, as far as the branding goes, I'm sure you all get the idea. Every campaign's unique. It's going to depend on what your headshot looks like, what you choose as your own backdrop, and then your color palette. And then, of course, which billboards you choose. Here's another basic market update. And so if you were to sign up, we send you the Elite Library. This Elite Library has over 450 billboards for you to choose from. So you're going to want to start by choosing your market update billboards first. Because if you're choosing any that are seasonal or holiday, like here you can see Mother's Day, St. Patrick's, Halloween, Father's Day, Christmas, Hanukkah, and then seasonal ones as well, or basic. So choose those 4 first. Once you've done that, then you'll scroll through the rest of the library, choose 8 more billboards, and then that will complete your set of 12 cards. One other option is instead of choosing all 12 billboards on your own from the library, we also have pre-made tracks. We call these standard tracks. And so what we've done is chose the billboards for you with a certain look or theme. And so you don't have to make any choices. So for example, here's the luxury track. You can see the billboards are all that grayish black. This is a brand building track, a modern track, a professional track, and a traditional. Now, let's just say that you really like 2 of the billboards from the Elite Library. So you would like to switch out a couple of the billboards from the track and replace them with the 2 that you like from the library. You're welcome to do that as well. So we are going to go to pricing now, unless anybody has any questions on the branding, the billboards, and or anything, Shiloh, that you want to chime in on.
Any questions? Doesn't look like it. Go ahead. Let's go into the pricing.
Alrighty. Okay, we're going to finish up with pricing here. As far as pricing goes, we require that you send out a minimum of 250 cards per mailer. It doesn't have to be one neighborhood with 250 addresses. You can have multiple neighborhoods. And to kind of touch upon what Shiloh was mentioning prior to, when she creates these lists from you, they're very strategic and they're drilled down for those that are most likely to sell, right? Those high prospects. So Shiloh could feasibly give you one list, 3 lists, 5 lists, or 10 lists, right? Depending on how many you want to market to. We don't care. It doesn't matter. As long as however many lists you end up with are going to have at least 250 combined total, you're good. If at any time you want to increase your farm by adding another neighborhood, decreasing it by removing one or switching one out for another, you can do so at any time. The only rule is a total of 250 cards going out per mailer. And you'll get to choose between 2 different sizes of cards. We have the Super Jumbo, which is almost a full page, and Jumbo, which is a half a page. So your monthly cost is going to depend on what size card you choose, as well as the quantity of cards. The price, this is based on volume. The higher the volume, the lower the price point becomes per card. But let's just say that initially you want to start off and do 250 of our jumbo cards. Anything from 250 up to 500 cards will run 94 cents per card, including postage. So if we ship out 250 jumbo cards for you every month, we're going to bill your credit card on file for $235. And that includes postage. It's total. And so every month we'll bill you the $235. Unless you change the amount, we'll bill you accordingly. So that's monthly billing, pay as you go. The only other cost that we have with Elite is a one-time initial design, layout, and automation setup cost. This is to start with because we're going to take all of your branding elements and create a custom campaign for you like you saw we did for those other agents. Not only does the one-time cost include all of the branding that we're going to customize for you, but several other items and perks. We're going to talk about those items and the one-time cost right now. So the one-time setup cost is $3.99, paid once and once only. However, as a client being referred by Shiloh, you will get a $50 discount off of that. So it'll be a $3.49 setup for you. Once you pay the $3.49, not only will you never pay it again, but you won't pay anything again until we launch your campaign, and you get to decide when that is. So let's say that you signed up today or tomorrow. We bill you for the $3.49, and then let's say we're going to launch your campaign on July 25th. So the day you pay the $3.49, you won't pay anything again until the 25th or whatever day you've chosen to launch. On the day that you launch, we're going to bill you for how many cards we shipped out that day. And of course, we're going to do the same thing each month over the next 12 months. So it's all going to be spread out over 12 months with the exception of this one-time cost. And then not only does this $3.49 include all of your branding, but includes these items plus a couple perks. Real quickly here, these items, the first one is the Elite Library, meaning the content. So you don't have to create or provide any content. We've done it for you. All you have to do is choose your billboards. Going to include the automation, which means that once we launch this campaign, you literally do nothing for the next 12 months, except of course, follow up on all the leads as they come in. If you don't have a tagline or slogan, but you'd like one, we'll help you create one. We have an Elite Success team. What they can do is monitor your campaign and make sure you're getting optimal results. They can also give you any assistance you need with your campaign. So instead of going to customer service, you can go directly to your Elite account manager and make any change or requests. For example, the billboards. You can change out any billboard at any time. So if you choose to switch them out, you just reach out to your Elite account manager and say, hey, I'd like to switch out billboard number 4 and billboard number 9 and use these instead. Or I'm going to be on vacation next month, so I need to change the mail date. Whatever you need, you go directly to them, not to customer service. And then, of course, the one-time fee is going to include the lead capture and the landing page, which is what we discussed initially. So all of this will be created custom for you. So that's included in the $3.49. And then lastly, once you sign up, you're considered an Elite member. So you'll get some other perks from CoreFact. One of those perks is you're going to get 20% off all of our signage products. We can brand for any brokerage. We have a huge variety of very unique signage products. You probably won't see them in a local signage shop. You will get 20% off any and all signage all the time. Use it as much as you like. You'll also get 20% off these featured items here, which are all of CoreFact's door hangers, real estate pop-up cards, business cards, and all of our various flyers and brochures. These items here, just like signage, 20% always. And so all of those perks you'll get. And that's pretty much it, other than if you do decide to move forward, the way that it works is I would send you an email with a sign up link. And I will also send you a promo code so you can get $50 off the cost. Once that is completed, then I will get you assigned to a project manager. The project manager works with the design team. So the project manager is going to reach out and ask you for your headshot and logo, which billboards and color palette and et cetera that we need for the branding. Once they've gathered all of those elements, they'll assign them to a designer. Once the designer has them, you'll get the campaign back for you to approve, which takes about 3 weeks for us to launch. So right now, if you were to get signed up within the next couple days, we can still get you out probably in mid-July. Otherwise, it'll be an August card. And Shiloh can fill in the blanks as far as the farm list goes, but we don't need your farm list until we're ready to actually launch. So if you know you want to get started right away, we recommend you get signed up, let us start the 3-week process. You'll still have that 3 weeks to work on those farm lists before we need them. And of course, we'll give you however much time you need if you need more time. So that's it. Anything, Shiloh, you want to add in? Any questions from anybody? I'll open it up to that now.
Well, people are coming up with their questions. I'll just mention that, you know, as I mentioned before, it's a combination of this really smart targeted list, which we're having a 56% success rate, the really interesting postcard that's about them and their market, and the fact that when they're clicking around, exploring that really cool landing page, it's all about you and all about their market, and they're getting their estimate of value right then and there. You get that text and that email letting you know that they're looking at their estimate of value. They're looking at your landing page. So you can pull the car over and you can call them, offer your help as, you know, an agent to, you know, give them an estimate of their value and talk to them about the questions that they might have, maybe offer to swing by and give an in-person meeting. And it's that kind of, you know, immediate response that is working to make this such a really great solution for folks. So any questions for us right now? If you wanted to know more about this, my contact information is in the chat. And you'd want to reach out to me and I'll help you get in touch with Terry and make sure if you do it through me, that's where we make sure you get that discount that you want. And then again, as a reminder, in August 6th at 11 a.m., Lisa set up another Zoom for us to talk about Lawyers Live Farm, which is that really smart list. And we'll actually drill down on a territory and kind of learn about how we're using AI and 27 AI data points to find these folks, bubble up the ones who are indicating those buy-sell triggers. You don't have to wait till August. If you want to know now, you can't wait. My contact information is in your chat. I'd love to take you out to coffee and show you how I can support you in the goals and drill down on your territory whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Shiloh. Thank you, Terry. This was fabulous.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your time. We're always here to support you on your goals. Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone. Thanks again.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.